Okay, December 10th. December 10th, 1832, President Andrew Jackson issues the Nullification Proclamation. What this was basically was saying that a state could not nullify a federal law. And what prompted this, going back a little bit, was some tariff acts that the state of South Carolina decided were really bad, really hurt their income. So they passed a law to nullify those tariffs. Now, Andrew Jackson was a states' rights person. He believed in the states' rights. However, he also believed that any powers given to the federal government were supreme, and that no single state could ignore or decide which federal laws they were going to abide by and which ones they weren't. That was an untenable situation to have individual states deciding which laws they would abide by and which ones they would ignore. So he pushed through this Nullification Proclamation. It was followed on later by the Force Law. The Force Law allowed the federal government to use military force to enforce federal laws. It was never used, well, Civil War, possibly, but Andrew Jackson never used it. He threatened to lead a military force into South Carolina if they did not abide by the federal laws. So South Carolina rescinded their nullification of the tariffs, then turned around and nullified the force law just to prove a point. Andrew Jackson ignored that one. But however, so this big crisis that was brewing down in South Carolina was helped out for a while, and then ultimately, obviously, 30 years later, South Carolina would again secede from the Union, or ultimately secede from the Union at the beginning of the Civil War. So that's what I have for you today. President Andrew Jackson issues the Nullification Proclamation to South Carolina, saying that they cannot decide which federal laws they will follow and which ones they will not. So that's what I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow.